Hi, I'm CJ Heine from Zipper Interactive, and we're going to talk about Unit 13 today. We've talked a little bit about in the past the single-player aspects of the game. We've got the 6 operatives and the 5 unique game modes, and today we're going to show co-op. This is one of the big social features that we've got in the game. Our game is extremely social, extremely competitive, and let's get into co-op here a little bit. So here we see the co-op operative screen. We've got 2 players ready to go in. Getting a look at the armory for one of the characters here. This is Python. Python's our heavy weapons guy. He's got a lot of machine guns. Gets a lot of bonus points for just shooting guys. Shooting anything will get him points, basically. He's a good fit for co-op just because he's got a lot of health. And his buddy here is going to be Animal. Animal's our well-rounded guy. He's a very safe choice. So here we're going to launch into co-op. You can see the deploying. One of the things that we do in this game is take advantage of the mic built into the Vita. You can talk right into the mic in the front of it, and your partner on the other end will hear it. You can talk back and forth freely. It's really good quality. So with our co-op games, we support both public and private. And you can create parties ahead of time and jump into the game. Similar to what we do in the single-player aspects of the game, where it's hugely competitive and scoring-based. We take the same 36 playable missions and we allow them to be played as 2-player co-op missions. There are some few differences in the scoring. In co-op, there's a revenge bonus, which is a bonus point awarded when you've eliminated an AI or an enemy that's hit one of you or your partner. You have assist, which is kind of the typical, you will get points if your buddy is tagged a target first, or you've hit a target and your partner kills him, you'll get bonus points for that. And then, similar to what we've got in single player, we've got that multiplier up by the upper right corner where we show the score. And the multiplier, similar to what we do in single player, it increases as you earn more points. So you get headshots, you get CQB kills, you get streaks of melee kills. You'll build up your multiplier, and any points you've earned on top of when that multiplier is active will become bonus points. And in co-op, both players are contributing to that. So as these guys are running through and earning points in different areas of this objective area, they're both contributing to that multiplier. They're able to get it up pretty quickly. And similar to what we do in their single player as well. If either one of them is hit or injured, that multiplier will drop. If one of them dies, it will drop down all the way to 0. So they could have a 5x multiplier and one of them could die, and it would just instantly drop down to 1 again. It's a pretty big hit to their scoring potential when that happens. But if a player dies, they can be brought back with a little bit of reviving from their partner. One of the things that's cool about our game is that each one of the 6 operatives has unique abilities, skill sets, and so when you play as co-op, you can kind of choose characters that work well together. So not the guys we've got selected here, but there are guys that get bonuses for close kills, getting up close and nailing a guy. We have guys that get bonuses for taking out targets really far away. And so as you're playing in co-op, you might end up in a room where you've got targets that are right up close to you. The guy that gets more points for getting close kills should be the guy that goes up and do that, because it's more points overall for the team instead of the guy that gets long-range bonuses trying to kill him. We have 36 co-op leaderboards, similar to what we have in single player as well. Each one of the co-op leaderboards is specific to co-op. And what we found is a really skilled player in single player, getting really good scores in single player, their scores are generally on par with a fairly average co-op team. It kind of shows the scoring potential of the players in co-op. I would expect to see a really skilled co-op team put up some really high scores, not ever achievable in the single player versions of the missions. The co-op is Wi-Fi. So anywhere you can get onto a Wi-Fi connection, you can play co-op. So here we've got our guy Python running through. There's a lot of targets in this area. You see him getting 3 hit kill bonuses. That's an example of one of his perks that makes him kind of the unique character. Anytime he can get a hit on somebody, it's worth points. There you got the revenge bonus, so it shows that that guy was the guy that shot at his partner earlier. And completing an objective. Huge amount of points for completing objectives. It's a really good way to supercharge your multiplier. Any points earned after that are modified by the multiplier. So it's a good idea to get those things as early as possible and then chain them together between the different objective areas. The really skilled players will be the guys that never get hit, they never die. They can get up their multiplier as fast as possible and chain it through to the next area. Same thing goes with streaks. We have a whole system of streaks in the game, and in co-op the streaks are able to be added to by both players. So if one of them gets a headshot and the other one gets a headshot, they've suddenly got a 2-headshot streak, and which is worth bonus points. And they can continue to build on those streaks as they play. Taking out some cameras. So it's another one of those cases where if they had chosen a different operative, they got bonus points for disarming electronics. They'd probably want that guy to go up and do that task because it's worth more points. And they want to try to get as many points out of this as possible. Right now they're actually doing pretty well. You do see a little bit of a difference in their total scores up in the upper corner there. So the player that we're watching has 60,000 and a trophy, and the other guy has 40,000. The further apart their points are in game, the lower the teamwork bonus that's potential or possible at the end of the game is going to be. So ideally the players are going to try to keep their scores close together to earn the most they can out of that teamwork bonus. It's a good incentive for one player not to do all the heavy lifting and the other guy just along for the ride. It gives players a chance to kind of coordinate. A really skilled team might say, like, I'm down by 15,000 points, so I got to start getting a lot of kills, and they'd find ways to let that other guy do his share. And then we've got the extraction. So yeah, this was Unit 13, taking a look at the co-op, and it'll be available on March 6th.